A concerning new report has shown that Biden and the Democrats received more money from private prison and border security corporations than Donald Trump and the Republicans. This report was by Transnational Institute, American Friends Services Committee, and Mijente. This is a little video that they posted. So you know what this means? It means the Democrats were taking millions of dollars from private prison corporations and border security corporations during the BLM protests of 2020. During the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, there was a huge spike in voter registration and people registering specifically as Democrats. So the protests of the killings of George Floyd, the killing of Breonna Taylor, and police brutality in America is a big reason why Democrats were able to defeat Trump and the Republicans in the 2020 election. If you were cynical about Joe Biden being a fundamentally no-change president, this is the kind of thing that justifies that cynicism. Less than a month into Biden's presidency, and we already have an example of this campaign finance having an effect on Biden's administration. There were these headlines earlier, you probably saw them, about private prisons being closed. Sounded great. Turns out, it only applied to Justice Department private prisons, which is only 12% of all private prison inmates. Didn't apply to ICE. 2/3 of ICE detention facilities are privately run. So the money has an effect. One of the things Biden ran on is that he is not the same guy that pushed Reagan to the right on mass incarceration, that he's not the same guy that pushed the 90s crime bill. His actions need to prove that that's true. And thus far, between the campaign finance and his actions as president, there is no indication that he is a different person. Does a minor change in private prisons, does that convince you he's really a different guy when he's taken millions of dollars from these private prison industry? If you're a Biden person, how do you justify this? How do you justify taking millions of dollars? I really can't get over it. During the Black Lives Matter protest year. Even if you're totally cynical, this is a terrible PR move. 2020 was a win-win election for private prison corporations and border security, wasn't it? You either had Trump, who you know is going to be on their side, or Biden, who you know is going to be on their side.